Good morning, everybody. We have made it to morning, and by morning I mean it's 3 hours later. I'm tired.
Almost 4 hours later.
Yeah, but we got our...
Oh no, that's not true.
No, because we got a time change.
You're right.
So, we just woke up.
Morning.
Actually slept pretty good, considering we're sleeping out of a car.
It's really cold though.
It's so cold that our back windshield is actually like frosted over.
You wanna show 'em? I didn't turn the car on last night.
Oh, we were savages and decided to trying to save a little bit of money in gas.
And be snuggly.
It's not too bad though.
I didn't want to be sweating.
No, and the car running all night, it's not always the best, but
I'm not freezing. But my nose is cold. I have a cold nose.
you save money in cuddles.
Mm.
So
We're gonna get up.
go to Casey's, I think, for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then get our way around the road. We'll see how everything goes today. It's kind of gloomy out there. I kind of expected to wake up to a blazing sunshine, and it didn't happen.
It's super cloudy. Unlike last night. Last night it wasn't cloudy at all. We had a really pretty moon, and we could see all the stars.
Yeah, there's so much. Not so much. There's so little light pollution that it's easy to see all the stars and the star formations and the constellations. It was really cool. So we're gonna get moving before we fall back asleep, and we'll be back on the road. So the first stop on our cross-country food tour is Casey's General Store. So Casey's is usually known for their pizza, but they also sell like donuts and burritos, and they're like a baby version of like a Buc-ee's.
No.
No? More like a QT, maybe?
More like a QT. I completely disagree with comparing Casey's to
Well,
Buc-ee's.
I guess my thought was that QT doesn't do like their own branded food items like chips and things like that, whereas Buc-ee's does stuff like that too.
Yeah, but Buc-ee's is in its own category.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's more like a truck stop.
Yeah, I would compare Buc-ee's to a truck stop before Casey's to Buc-ee's. So let's take a look at our breakfast. I got a loaded breakfast burrito. I don't know what's in it.
It's loaded with a lot of stuff.
It was the last one. And the lady that made our pizza said she gave us the biggest slices.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, that looks great.
This is breakfast.
Yeah. Breakfast of champions. And if you need it, Casey's gas station also has what looks like charging ports
At least this one does.
Charging stations for your electric vehicle of choice.
So our pizza just came out of the oven, so we're gonna let it cool off. I'm gonna start with our breakfast burrito. See what kind it is, because they don't mark it.
It could be bacon, it could be sausage, it could be ham, it could be everything.
It does say loaded. It is hot too, though.
It smells good.
Yes, it does. So is the pizza, though.
Burrito could use some hot sauce.
Whew. It's already hot. Bacon.
Bacon?
Mm-hmm.
You can smell it from here.
Potatoes, cheese, eggs, bacon.
Yep, that's loaded. That's the American loaded burrito.
Reflections on the burrito?
Burrito was well done. Only thing I could ask for is maybe a little bit more cheese sauce. I think they use the same cheese sauce for their morning breakfast pizza, queso, eggs, and bacon, as they do in their burrito, which was eggs, bacon, and
queso wrapped in a tortilla. Now I'm starting to think these are just the same thing, just a different carb.
It was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I was glad that they didn't overstuff it with bacon.
We should do a comparison at QT. Although I don't know if they actually do a burrito. I know they do a lot
They
of
do,
things.
but it's usually sausage and eggs.
I don't care for sausage. Sausage usually makes me feel like garbage afterwards, but bacon, it's more
Bacon is doable.
Bacon is more expensive, but they also don't usually put as much bacon as they do sausage because sausage is cheaper.
That's true.
All right, let's dig into this pizza.
Let's do it. Want the first bite?
Yeah.
Might want the plate too.
Yeah, I might want the plate. All right, let's do this.
Hot?
Yeah, it's hot, but it's not so hot that you can't eat it.
Oh, that's good. First impression? Does it taste like cheap pizza?
It does, but like my expectation of a gas station pizza, I mean, it's good. I mean, you can't really go to a gas station and get pizza, so
That's true.
would I come here over CC's? Hell yeah. Is it as cheap as CC's? No. Or not CC's, Little Caesars. It's just different. I think it's better quality versus just buying a cheap pizza, so
They're
And,
but they're $2.50 a slice and they're huge slices, so I think it's worth it.
it's worth the money.
All right, let's eat.
Yeah. So we just made our way into Kansas City and are going to take a long short break before we make our way out to Missouri. But we wanted to tell you guys on our stop number 2 of our U.S. food tour as we go through this loop. And we have just arrived to Joe's Kansas City Barbecue.
They got a shout out in Karen Nate's vlog when they did their road trip through here, and they recommended their brisket.
It's the brisket sandwich.
Sandwich.
The burnt tips, I think.
With burnt tips, yes. So we're gonna try it. Thank you, Karen Nate, for the recommendation, and we'll tell you all how we think or what we think about it.
The last time we were in Kansas City, we didn't get a chance
We've tried to come here so often.
We've done this twice now, I think, and have missed their operation times. And we didn't get barbecue at all. I think just the last few times we've gone through Kansas, we haven't had the opportunity to actually have Kansas City barbecue. We did go to Missouri and have their version of barbecue. Now, I don't know if it's any different, but we're going to head on inside and see how this is and how the sauces and how everything's done. You can't really beat Texas brisket, but I'm going to keep an open mind. So.
Here it is, we're finally here. I can't believe it. Call Jordan.
Two contacts are named calling.
So we just got back on the road. We just had lunch, and it was great.
Barbecue.
I think if I were to go back, I'd go back for a sandwich more so than just a straight meat.
I wanted
Because
a sandwich, but we also wanted to share something because we're going to my sister's house for dinner, and I didn't want to be too full. But maybe next time we go, I'll try a sandwich and then give my review. I think that the barbecue is really tasty, but I would like to try it in a sandwich.
I think they do better on their sandwiches because they have some really cool concepts for sandwiches, like their brisket elbow sandwich. And anyways, I think that if we get to go back at any point, that we would do the sandwiches. So if you haven't been to Joe's Barbecue in Kansas City, definitely check it out. What I thought was really cool about it was that it's not a tourist destination by any means. It's not famous for being a barbecue place. It's just this local spot that people that live in Kansas go to, and you know, it was just really quaint and quiet, and we got lucky because it was typically not that way. That's usually like there's like a line wrapped around the building, but it's not one of those places that's known for being like anything special. It's just like a local gem.
I talked to a lady that there was a lady that came by and she said she was really glad that we were video recording because she grew up there, and she said it's weird having people come visit because it's just like everyone's local spot. It's not really like she said it, like Matt said, it's not a tourist destination. But she said when she was younger, it used to be a liquor store. The whole thing was just a liquor store. And then she moved away to California, and she just recently moved back. And she said it's just really cool to see people visiting her town. So I thought that was fun.
So yeah, so
We got the brisket and the
pulled pork.
pulled pork. I think I like the pulled pork more than the brisket.
I like the brisket more than the pulled pork, but that's usually how it goes for
That's
me.
usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And both barbecues were good, and we also got the spicy slaw. That was okay. I would like to try their regular slaw.
I want to try their
Timmy.
mac and cheese.
But that was like $4.99.
They were
and
proud of
we
it.
didn't want to pay an extra for it. I wanted to try the onion rings, but those were $6.99. So it just depends on how much money you want to spend.
There's a
how
round
much you
two.
want.
There's a round two that needs to happen, I think, with that place.
Yeah, I think so too.
But so little faux pas, little like thing that happened. So they have a gas station connected to the restaurant, and it's kind of cool because when you walk in, you see this huge restaurant area, but then on the side here you have like your very traditional looking like cashier desk, like candy, cigarettes, all that stuff, and you can get gas. There's a single pump you can get gas from.
Actually, there's two.
Oh, is there two?
Yeah, there's one on the other side.
Oh. Okay. So we decided to get gas there, not really thinking about it. I walked back out because it was taking a long time for the gas to pump.
Like super slow.
It was
coming from China.
It was really slow. So I get in the car because it's windy and cold outside, and I get out when I think that it's about to click over. And you know how your gas pump will usually click off when it has the sensor to tell you that your gas tank is full.
This doesn't have the sensor.
This didn't do it.
So gas was pouring all over the ground. We probably lost about 2 gallons.
So
Got on Matt's shoes.
So we had a first for us on a road trip is that we've never had the gas tank or not the gas tank. We've never had the gas pump overflow or not click off like it usually does. So hopefully the car's okay. I think it's gonna be fine, but
It's okay. I called a friend who's a mechanic, and he said we'll be fine. We just need to run the car through a car wash so the gas doesn't eat the paint.
so we're gonna be good. We're heading on to Missouri. Actually, we hit Missouri really. Yeah, we hit Missouri really quickly once we got on the highway. So it's kind of interesting to see Kansas City being literally like 10 minutes from the Missouri border.
Well, you have Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas.
You do, but I didn't
so-
think that the line was that close, but apparently it is.
It
So
is.
welcome to Missouri, everyone. Okay, guys, we got story time. We got on the road and we've been driving for about an hour or so, and you want to tell it? I don't know how to like. It's been an afternoon.
So this motorhome was pulling a. What kind of car was it?
It was a Jeep, I think.
This motorhome was pulling this Jeep, and I was telling Matt that the motorhome had their flashers on, but the Jeep had only one flasher on, and I was just mentioning to Matt casually, like, oh, that Jeep has, you know, a light out, a hazard light out, and I realized that the motorhome was coming over into my lane, and I'm in the left-hand lane, and they're in the right-hand lane, and they're coming over towards in my lane, and I'm going 73, 75, and I have a car behind me, and I realized, like, I can't slow down fast enough for them to get over safely, and they don't see me.
Or speed up for that matter. It was
And
a weird,
I'm
awkward
not
position to be in.
Fast, like, the Prius isn't fast enough to pick up speed to pass them before they get over into the lane. So I was positioned between where the hitch is. So I was right between the Jeep and the motorhome. And there was nowhere for me to go. And the motorhome keeps coming over into my lane, I realized, we're going to get squished. And so I quickly get over into the grass on the highway, and I'm driving in the grass, and I realize I'm going really fast. Well, I have my the car on cruise control because it makes it easier to drive, and I realized when I got over into the grass, I forgot to hit the brakes. However, we're fine. The car's okay-ish. The motorhome passed me, and I was able to get back on the road. It was very scary because I don't want to die.
Well,
I don't want to get squished.
I mean, I feel incredibly blessed and just like, I don't know what the word is, but like lucky, I guess is the word, because most of the time
There was no guardrail.
there was no guardrails. There was no any like
animal. There was no tires for me to run over.
There was grass to drive through, and that was it. Like, and it was now that I'm paying attention to the side of the road, there's a lot of those like weird fence-looking guardrail things. Not the big ones that you see that like
the short ones that run along the.
Yeah, it's the little short ones that look like a fence, but like those are everywhere, and I'm just incredibly.
We had this huge stretch of nothing there, and as soon as I got back on the road, that little fence thing, the little rails, popped up again. I'm like, I'm so lucky those weren't there when I had to get over, because we didn't run over anything. Those tires that the tire pieces that come off of semis are scattered everywhere. There's deer in the road. There was just nothing there for me to run over. I was so happy. But it was very scary. We didn't get it on video. We weren't running it.
We were literally in the grass for like less than 10 seconds, which is not that. I mean, in hindsight, it was scarier getting into the grass than it was like being in the grass, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But we were also like, just lucky that there was nothing there. But
it was really tall grass, though. It was the height of our hood of our car.
Yeah, it hit our hood, but like, I mean, we're lucky that we got what we did. Like, my thought was like, I wasn't even processing what was happening at the moment, because like, shoot, are we gonna push ahead, or are we gonna be able to? Can we scale back? And Tilly just takes it into the grass, and I think that's the best thing she could have, the safest thing she could have did, because this motorhome was massive, and we were just in a really awkward place, and I don't know. It was just...
They did not see me. Like, that's the thing. They didn't see where I was, that I was in the lane that they wanted to be in. And I realized that they were just gonna just push me off. I'm like, I'm being run off the road.
I mean, I can't believe we just got run off the road.
Yeah, there was like literally nowhere else for me to go except for the grass in the left-hand shoulder. And the only thing I could have did differently is slow down as soon as I got in the grass, but I was just concentrating on not getting hit. So,
I mean,
we lost our bumper. Our front bumper is completely gone.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was like, as this whole thing is happening, I'm thinking like, shoot, are we gonna get like rolled over by this RV?
Yeah,
like, what's gonna? Are we gonna dip down into like? I see that Talia is like going into this like this shoulder dip off bank, but like how, like, is it gonna be super angled, and are we just gonna get ourselves stuck in this? Like, either way, we're gonna be safe, but like, I didn't know what was gonna happen next, and it's like I
just didn't want to get ran over by the motorhome, because those things are huge, and all of us on the road are going 70 plus. Excuse me while I turn. It was scary. I didn't want Matt to get hurt, and I didn't want the car to get smushed. I didn't want to get ran over.
And I didn't want to get stuck in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. That was my other thing too, is that worst case scenario, we make anything happen, and we can make it work. We adjust, but like at the same time too, we're on vacation. We don't want to get hurt. We don't want to be in that position where it's just like, it was just a freak accident, and like, I'm grateful that we're safe, and like, I'm not complaining by any means, but it's just a heck of a story.
It wasn't even an accident. It was more like a close call scare because nobody got hurt, and the car was okay.
No, it wasn't an accident, but like it definitely. I'm really appreciative that you made the decision that you did, and that we were put in the position that we were in. Because I think any other situation, we would have either gotten hurt, we would have really messed the car up, or we would have. We won't talk about that.
The what ifs.
The what ifs, because that's not healthy.
It was. I'm just glad that there was just grass. Like, I guess the most like amazing thing is that it was off bank on the left hand shoulder, but it was all grass. It wasn't. I didn't run into median. I didn't run into wire. I didn't hit any dead things, and there was no tires in the road. Nothing was there. So that was an amazing thing, because as soon as I got back on the road, then those little guardrails popped up, and I was like, I'm so happy those weren't there when we had to be in the grass. So, and the motorhome just kept going. Like, they had no idea what happened.
Ooh, Tesla. Oh, I'd be so mad if we had to put a Tesla in the middle of it.
So yeah, we stopped at Casey's again, so I could go to the bathroom, and then the guy inside was like, you have grass hanging all over your car? I was like, yeah, I got ran off the road. So I had to pull grass out of the undercarriage a little bit.
But I mean, I was more fearful that the car was gonna, like, something was gonna puncture something underneath the car. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I'm just really grateful that the car is mechanically sound. I don't care what the car looks like, as long as the car functions. Because right now we just need a vehicle to get to and from wherever we're going, and in a safe manner. That's all that really matters to me. Like, the car can always be cosmetically fixed, but when it comes to mechanics, I don't want to have to worry about that when we're trying to travel all around God's creation. But anyways, we'll end the story there. We're safe.
Car's
all's
okay.
good.
Minus we lost the front bumper, but it'll be fine.
We can manage that.
I'm about an hour away from my sister's house, so she is going to make us Buffalo Ranch chicken pizza. Our favorite thing that she makes. And get to see my two little nieces, my brother-in-law. It'll be a good time.
So
and I'm also taking a shower.
There you go, because that's what everyone needs to know.